As we go into our 6-week stage 4 lockdown, first and foremost, I want to say from everyone at Barry Plant to all of our vendors, our purchasers, our landlords and our tenants, indeed everyone right across Melbourne and Victoria, that we wish you all the very best of health during this time, both physical and mental. The next 6 weeks will be an eternity for some, and for others, it will be over before we know it. But we can do this if we all stick together and support each other. The individual challenges we will face will vary from person to person, but most importantly, if you need support, don't be afraid to reach out to friends and family or to one of the organisations you can see on your screen at the moment. As we record this video, we're waiting for clarity on exactly what the shutdown means for the real estate industry, but it certainly appears that we won't be able to do private inspections. We also know that we are not an approved industry for working on site, so that means that our people will have to work from home and our offices will have to close. But many of our offices have been working that way for the past few months, and we know that we can continue to support all of our clients out there with all the usual real estate activities, in particular around rental collection and so on. The Premier Daniel Andrews has also said that he wants real estate transactions to continue, he wants settlements to happen, and he wants people to be able to move at the end of their lease. Now, we don't know what that means in practice yet, in particular for things like the collection and delivery of keys, so we'll update you on that as soon as we can. But in the meantime, here's what we do know. For our tenants and landlords, emergency repairs and maintenance will still be able to be carried out. Rental payments and receipting will continue as normal, as will remittance to landlords. For any other queries, make sure you contact your Barry Plant property manager. A lot of people have been asking me, what does this mean for sales over the next 6 weeks? And in my view, it depends on the type of property and where it's located. So let's have a look at that. Firstly, in regional Victoria, we are still able to conduct private inspections, so new listings and sales will continue as they have done over recent months. As I mentioned before, at this stage, we understand that we won't be able to do private inspections for residential property, so let's have a look at what this means for each different property category. Off-the-plan sales for residential property can continue as normal, as there is nothing to physically inspect. Vacant land and development sites will still be able to be transacted, as many of them don't require a physical inspection, and I think many recently completed apartments and townhouses will continue to transact, particularly where buyers are familiar with the project and may have already inspected it. And of course, there will be many established homes where people have already conducted inspections and are ready to make offers and complete their purchase. Other categories of property such as retail, commercial and industrial will all depend on the nature of the property, and I imagine that many of those transactions will continue during the lockdown. I think we need to look at the New Zealand experience and what happened when they came out of their lockdown. And in fact, they rebounded very quickly in the real estate sector. In Melbourne during July, we had a really strong month across the Barry Plant Group. We sold 11% more properties than we did in July last year. And we know that there are lots of buyers out there ready to buy, and I think that number will only grow as we go over the next 6 weeks. So in my view, the next 6 weeks is a countdown to a relaunch of the real estate market, and buyers and sellers need to be ready when the green light says go. I think there's going to be a lot of activity, and my top 3 tips for sellers are, number 1, spend the next 6 weeks getting your home ready for sale as much as you possibly can. Number 2, talk to your Barry Plant representative about recent sales results so that you fully understand your local market. And number 3, work with us to plan your marketing campaign so that we can hit the ground running as soon as we can. And likewise for purchasers, spend this time doing further research on recent sales in the area you're looking to buy in. Talk to us about off-market sales. There are a lot happening at the moment and you need to see the full picture for your local market. And finally, talk to our finance partner Innovate or your local broker about finance. Approval times vary greatly depending on which bank you're dealing with, so it's important to understand how long it will take to get approval. So as you can see, whilst our activities will be restricted over the next 6 weeks, there is still much that can be done, and my advice is to get ready for the rebound when it's all over. Above all else, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll get through this together.